What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a video from Classic Garage, why Britain loves the Ford Transit.
Isn't the Ford Transit the van a lot of like van people convert into like a living?
Yes, I believe so. And I also believe that it may be the same type of van you see a lot of tradespeople use.
Yeah.
As in
like
plumbers and whatnot.
Vans and stuff, yeah.
And on the surface, no one's ever told me that Britain loves the Ford Transit. But when I think of a lot of videos I've seen, it does seem like I've seen a lot of Ford Transit vans riding around.
I've never noticed.
I mean, you probably wouldn't notice unless you were just into vans, I guess, or, you know, for some reason you were just kind of paying attention to what the different cars and whatnot were on the road.
Now that it's been put on my radar, though,
yes,
I'm sure in future videos I'll be like, oh, there's a Ford Transit.
I think this is actually true. I mean, obviously it's got this little mini documentary about it, so it probably is true. But in my head, it does seem like, you know, instead of trucks, for example, here we got a lot of tradespeople that use trucks. I feel like in Britain, it's like a lot of tradespeople use vans instead. And I don't really understand where that comes from, but when I think back, it seems to me that is something that I have noticed before.
Yeah.
Anyways, guys, we are going to dive in and check out why Britain loves the Ford Transit.
The year is 1965.
That is so
Ford
cute.
have just given you their brand new transit van.
Wait!
Would you go to the beach for a day or help a friend move house?
Wait, that's...
Ours do not look like that.
Well, that would look like an RV that we saw.
Yeah, the ones in the beginning.
That's not a Ford Transit van, or did they change it?
Convert it?
Yeah, maybe.
I bet you wouldn't move 2 baby elephants, though, would you? Well, that's exactly.
Oh, that's interesting.
Story.
Oh my goodness.
Before we get to how the Transit became Britain's most iconic van, we need to go back a bit, back to where it all began. Because this wasn't just a box on wheels, it was a revolution in transport.
Oh, I love it!
Wow.
In the early 1960s, British industry was booming, but vans, not so much. Tradespeople were stuck using narrow-bodied, underpowered vehicles like the Thames 400E, the Morris J2, and the Commer FC.
It is.
All of them cramped, slow, and hard to load. They were built for a post-war Britain that hadn't existed for the past 20 years. Ford saw the opportunity and brought together its British and German divisions to create a new kind of van, something faster, tougher, and much more versatile.
That is awesome.
Launched in 1965, the Ford Transit featured a wide rear-wheel drive and a car-like cab. You could spec it in different wheelbases, payload classes, and with either a petrol or a diesel engine. It was everything the old vans weren't, and the industry soon took notice. The Transit also borrowed ideas from American van designs, like the short bonnet layout, which meant engine access was easier, but still gave it quite a bit of forward-controlled profile. Ford called it the backbone of Britain.
Wow, the backbone of Britain. That's a big deal.
That's a huge deal.
I didn't realize this was such a thing.
What a good slogan, though. The backbone of Britain.
It is. I haven't looked into like classic vans here in the US, but the Ford Transit vans that I associate thinking of when I think of a Ford Transit van don't look like this. Well, or is this a totally separate version they created just for Britain?
I have no idea, but you know, I think what it is, we're looking at vans that were before your time in most cases.
Yes, but I'm just saying, like, I don't recall ever seeing a van like this.
I do like the old school look, though. Yeah, I really haven't noticed this style myself, but I can picture what I perceive to be the more modern Ford Transit vans, and I do believe that in the UK, I believe that this is the choice over trucks. And I don't know why that is. You know, and when you really think about it, you may have not noticed this, but I've noticed this in the past, that it seems like trucks are not popular at all in the UK. Like they are beyond.
I think the reason for that is the narrow
roads. I know that's one reason, but here's the thing. I'm talking about even the...
There's many trucks. Like they showed the one, it was like a flatbed with just the cab.
But think about something as simple as a Ford Ranger. Like a small pickup truck. It's like not big like the F-250s or anything.
Yeah.
So I'm curious, like, what is it? Is it just that Brits went on this trajectory with the vans as Americans went more of a trajectory of the truck. You know, because it does seem like here, our tradespeople, I would say 9 out of 10 times our tradespeople are going to be driving a truck.
Yeah, I do see vans, though, as well.
Of course you see vans. I mean, especially with things like painters and things. But think about it. When you think about your tradespeople, 9 out of 10 times, really, they're going to be pickup trucks here in the U.S.
Yeah, it does seem like they're more popular.
But I think it's the exact opposite in the U.K. I think it's much more likely you'll see a transit van, like the Ford Transit here, versus a pickup truck.
Yeah.
Within a few years, it was exactly
Police? Police
Production
vans.
started at Langley before moving to Southampton, and demand never really slowed down from there. To prove just how capable their new van
goodness.
was, Ford needed a stunt, and London Zoo happened to have just the right challenge. In 1965, 2 baby elephants at Regent's Park Zoo needed to be moved across the site. Instead of hiring a trailer or truck, someone had the bright idea of using the all-new Ford
That
Transit.
is genius
The van's
marketing.
low
Look at
floor
that.
and twin rear door.
I love it. I love it.
Cute.
I would want one of these today.
Me too.
That's so cool.
I want to convert it into like a van and
This reminds me, like you and
livable
I,
van.
I've looked at a few different types of cars and stuff. Have you looked at any cars with me on the channel? Did you look at the Mini Cooper, for example?
No.
Oh my goodness, I love the old Mini Coopers, man. I've watched a video on that before. Actually, two specific. One was like anyway. I think it would be interesting to do some more car-related videos. Would you? I think you would find the older models of specifically British cars to be just amazing. I think you would love to look at them.
It looks like it has 6 tires.
Yeah, I think it does. I think it's got 4 on the back and 2 on the front.
Made it easier to load than you'd expect. A makeshift ramp was laid out, and with some coaxing, the elephants slowly stepped inside.
That's adorable.
The press were invited, of course, and the image of the elephants entering the van was splashed across newspapers and trade magazines. It was cheeky and clever, and it worked. In one photo, the Transit became known not just as a workhorse, but as a van that could carry anything. While it might seem quaint today, it sent a powerful message to business owners and everyone in between that the Transit could move literally anything.
Wow.
It's not just London Zoo that found a strange use for the Ford Transit. In the years since, it's been used for boat races,
Hold up,
transporting dinosaurs, apparently even used by the royals to get around anonymously.
Oh, was that a Ford
That
Transit?
looks like a more modern
That was a
version.
modern. That's the kind that you would see made out to be like a traveling, like small RV, basically.
Yeah.
What do they call it? Class B RV here?
I think it's Class C.
No, Class C would be the overhead compartment. The one that
they
they.
have an overhead compartment.
Well, I think Class C's usually have the overhead compartment. Class B's, generally speaking, are
More
like
like a regular vehicle.
a van that's been kind of made out to be like has a little bed and a little kitchenette in there and whatnot.
And there's also the case of the Transit limo.
Oh my!
Oh my goodness!
The Transit is always
Wow!
That's crazy.
I'm the new Ford Transit with a new ultra-short engine, the Ford V4. Tucked right up in front, easy to get at, out of the driver's way. Now just look at that private car driving position. That easy access to load space with doors everywhere.
I love the door.
Look at the door sliding.
Whichever
Yeah.
you please. My floor at the ideal height for loading anything you like. Onto the big flat load space. What's
Wow.
more, I can be made to your measure. Transit van with short wheelbase or long wheelbase. Transit bus. Bigger bus.
Wow.
Oh my gosh, the bus is my
Basic
favorite.
transit chassis cab with anything you like on that.
That's cool.
This was genius.
Yeah.
Especially at the time.
So customized.
It was like, I can see why this was kind of revolutionary at the time and
And
why
very appealing.
this was the start of this trend of like, because it just offered so many ways to.
Options, flexibility.
Yeah. You could optimize it to what you specifically needed it for.
Yeah.
Whether you need to just haul a bunch of people with the bus style or whether you were a tradesman, a painter or whatever that needed to get around and haul stuff.
cargo with a flatbed.
Right, or
Yeah.
cargo with a flatbed. That's amazing. I never knew this.
After the elephants, the Transit quickly became the van of choice for everyone, from
There you
builders
go.
to bakers.
Wow.
It was fast enough for the motorway, tall enough to stand in, and simple enough
Look at that.
to service.
That was
By the late
amazing.
1960s, Ford had already sold over 100,000 units.
Wow.
It was the van of
Oh
the
my
self-made man.
gosh.
Whether you were fitting kitchens, boilers, or hauling band equipment, it became part of Britain's visual language. And white panel vans with red and blue lettering, parked up outside terraces, pavements, were always in a hurry. The Transit also became symbolic of freedom for small business owners. If you had your name painted on the side, it meant independence, and you were your own boss.
Yeah, I can see
It became
that.
as much about
Good
status
advertising,
as
too.
it was about function. The adaptability of the Transit was unmatched. There were chassis cab versions for tipper bodies, high roof versions for courier work, and camper van conversions from companies like Dormobile and Autosleeper. It wasn't glamorous, but it was everywhere, and it worked. But the Transit wasn't just a working class hero. It was also, famously, a criminal's best friend. By the late 70s, the Metropolitan Police noted that nearly
Look at that
every
one.
major robbery they investigated involved the Transit.
Oh
Up to
my
95%
gosh.
of bank jobs, it was claimed, used one for the getaway.
You know,
no, that's bad for your image.
that's interesting though, because like I don't know if it's movies or whatnot, but I can picture that for some reason. That think about it. Think about how often you think about these bank robberies and
I
whatnot.
don't think about bank robberies
no,
very
but,
often.
but you know what I'm saying. Like you if you think back to times you have heard
They're in
stories
a
about
van,
them,
yeah.
they
Maybe
are.
not necessarily like a Ford Transit, but yeah, probably the sliding door where you can just jump in and go.
Yeah, but I don't know where that comes from, why I had that in my head, but it's true. It's like I picture that.
That's the getaway vehicle.
But the other getaway vehicle, probably because of that movie, I can't remember the name of it, but is the Mini Cooper.
Oh, Italian Job.
Yeah,
Isn't that
Italian
what it
Job.
is?
Now that's there. I think there's two Italian Jobs because I remember someone saying that before when I was talking about Mini Cooper. There was like maybe in the 60s or 70s there was an Italian
Oh,
Job.
so then the one that's more
2013,
modern
I
is a
think.
remake.
Yeah, I believe so. I believe so. I like that movie.
Yeah, I saw it when it came out,
Yeah.
so I don't really
been a long
remember
time.
it much, but
Yeah.
It was quick, could carry a full gang, and had enough
full
space
gang.
in the back for a safe. And one
Oh my
detective
gosh.
famously said, you could fit the crew, the loot, and still have room for a cup of tea. Meanwhile, police forces
need
adopted
me one of
their own
those.
transits
Oh my
for riot
goodness.
control, prisoner
Wow,
transport,
look at that.
and mobile surveillance. They were tough, could be kitted out with radio gear and mesh grills, and could be deployed anywhere. You'd often find them at football matches, protests, and major events. Anywhere crowd control and presence was needed. They became a mobile face of British policing. The Transit also found a home with emergency services.
Look at that.
From the 1970s,
Wow. Oh, the
NHS began
ambulance.
using transit-based ambulances. The wider body allowed for sideways stretcher loading, and the interior space for a paramedic to work on the move. The fire brigade used them too for support
Wow.
roles, hose transporters, welfare units.
That
and
is
incident
crazy,
command
dude.
posts. Their compact size and load flexibility made them ideal, as well as the four-wheel drive variant, the Ford Transit County. Utility companies like British Gas, BT, and local councils relied on their fleets of transits. Whether laying cables or patching potholes, these vans formed the logistical
Wow.
gosh.
Is that a tow truck? It is.
They were even
Everything.
It looks like something out of the movie Cars.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah.
It's,
Oh
it's,
my
be- it's
goodness.
because it's such a different
Compact
look.
version.
Well,
like we're used to big tow,
Yeah.
like really big
Yeah.
tow trucks with.
But it's also because
Then-
they just it's a different time period, and
Yeah.
the look of them in general looks so different to what we're used
I
to today.
love it.
I do too.
It's crazy how many different things they were used for.
I know.
And maybe still are. I don't know, but
used as mobile libraries,
What?
community vehicles, and blood donor clinics,
that's adorable.
proving the van wasn't just about tools and traffic.
Supervan.
This
Supervan.
innocent-looking Transit on display in a Ford truck dealership is the result of a joint promotional campaign between Ford of Britain Truck Sales and Terry Drury Racing of Raynham, Essex. Heralded by the name Supervan, it was
Of course,
Supervan.
Ford couldn't resist having just a little bit of fun, and in 1971 they unveiled Supervan, a fiberglass transit body mounted on a Ford GT40 chassis.
Wow.
Like a
Goodness.
plumber's van, but under the skin was a V8-powered monster that could outrun a Ferrari.
Holy!
Sorry to scream.
Later versions included Supervan
What
2,
expecting that?
Formula One Cosworth DFE engine, and Supervan 3.
Wow.
Racing
That's
V6.
funny.
That's
These
crazy.
can still be seen today.
Really?
They're loud, absurd, and absolutely brilliant.
I've never seen
Supervan
one.
wasn't just a PR stunt. It showed the world that even the humble Transit can make headlines on any racetrack.
Did you hear it's faster than a Ferrari?
Oh my goodness.
And now, the 81 Transit. Outstanding value for money. The new Transit Popular. A 366...
Oh my gosh.
Whilst the original Mark I Transit set the tone,
It's like a payment nowadays,
slopsided,
almost.
practical and instantly recognisable, it was just the beginning of a decades-long
I
journey.
love it.
The Mark II arrived in
love it too.
1978 with a longer nose and new grille, designed to accommodate the legendary banana engine.
Oh yeah.
Banana engine.
That's
well,
what it-
banana was it.
That's something else. In the U.S.,
What?
back in the day, I picture this too. The vans like these were kind of known to be what the hippies drove.
Not these though. It's a Volkswagen bus.
Well, I'm just saying. Well, I guess that's true. I guess you're
but
right.
I mean,
guess
it
you're
was
right.
similar.
Yeah, it's just similar look. I just remember like,
Yeah.
oh yeah, that's kind of what the hippies drove back in like probably the late '60s, early '70s.
Officially, the York Diesel, this 2.5 litre engine earned its nickname thanks to its curved intake manifold. It was noisy, but tough as nails, and became the heart of many a Transit through the 80s and 90s.
Ford gives you more.
The Mark III in 1986 brought squarer styling and bigger payloads, a workhorse for British industry. By this point, the Transit wasn't just popular, it was dominant. From self-employed plumbers to national fleets, it was everywhere. Omega couriers, Royal Mail, Securicor, the
The
AA,
Mail?
ice cream vendors, and every tradesman up and down the country relied on them daily. There was almost an unspoken rule. If you had a trade, you had a Transit.
That's
Police
crazy.
forces upgraded their fleets with new Transits throughout the 90s and noughties. Ambulance trusts continued to spec them for patient transport and frontline response. Of course, the Transit also earned a bit of a reputation. By the 2000s, second-hand Transits were often rusty, dented and littered everywhere. The stereotypical white van man was born. But while the media mocked them, Britain kept buying them. And today,
The
good
white
examples
van
of
man?
Transits are in high demand. Clean Mark 1s are rare, Mark 2s with low miles are prized, and even banana engine models have a loyal following. Here at Classic Garage, we've got two in our own collection. A 1995 Transit emergency ambulance with its original fit-out
Oh, that's
still in
cool.
place, a time capsule of the NHS pre-hospital care, and a 1988 Transit recovery van.
I love
wearing
it.
its bright yellow replica AA livery, complete with the right light bar and original recovery tools.
Oh, that's
They're a
cool.
testament to what the Transit stood for: service, reliability, and a van that did the job every time. And that's the thing about the Transit. It wasn't just a van. It was a workshop, a frontline responder, a delivery partner, a getaway car, and in some instances, a zoo on wheels. From its humble 1965 beginnings to delivering groceries in a silent EV in 2025, it stayed relevant, reliable, and recognisable. Whether you drove one, worked from one, or just saw one out of your window, the Transit was always there doing the job. Few vehicles have earned a place in national memory, but the Transit, it built Britain.
Wow.
So next time you pass one, take a second look, because under that panelled skin lies stories of safes, sirens, and even elephants. Thank you for watching.
I had no idea.
Guys.
I didn't realize they were so popular.
I didn't hear that. That was incredible.
I mean, literally, almost every industry. That's mind-blowing.
He said basically the Ford Transit built Britain.
Yeah.
When I think about images of tradespeople in the UK, I do picture this van, and as we saw here, I think that's accurate.
Mm-hmm.
I think that you guys, like, if you're painters, you're plumbers, and
Ice cream
truck, and then
police,
even all the first
yeah.
responders and everything, like they're all like driving this van. I guess they still are.
I don't know.
It sounds like you guys are still the Ford
modern
Transit is
version.
still on up there. Yeah, I love the older looking. Look
I
at
do
that.
too. Can you believe, like, who would guess that's faster than a Ferrari? Like you see them pull up if you were street racing. Can you imagine?
I would love to have that. That is amazing. Seriously, that's incredible.
The elephant transport was genius. Whoever came up with that.
Yeah, that was an amazing, I guess,
marketing scheme.
Yeah. I can't find what I'm looking for, so.
Did you see where it looked like it was jumping?
That's incredible, though, guys. Yeah. I think this was very interesting. I'd love to look at more stuff like this. I kind of want to dive into more of the car stuff.
Yeah.
Like, I'd like to look into Jaguars. Jaguar. Sorry, I pronounced that. Here we pronounce it Jaguar.
Yeah.
There they pronounce it Jaguar. Or something like that. But guys, let us know in the comments what we should check out next. Thank you so much for stopping by. Please click that like button. Feel free to drop your comments or suggestions about this video or others. And don't forget to subscribe to continue to follow us on our journey. Until next time, guys. Peace.
Bye.